The good, the bad, the ugly. At least one good story, one bad, and one ugly. I got a bunch of good stories today, actually. This woman is so happy. She's 23 years old, Hannah Hamilton. She's just posted to her social media that for 20 years she's had discomfort in her nose. And now, finally, she's figured out why. Not the first time we've heard of this. She had a sinus infection recently and was very congested. She blew her nose hard, and a small blue bead came out. She had put it up her nose when she was 3 years old, 20 years ago. She's 23 years old now.
I don't even have a conscious memory of doing it.
She said barely. She said, when I saw the blue, I was like, oh my gosh, that is what that has. Here she is commenting on it.
When I was like 3, I remember sticking a bead up my nose. I didn't tell anyone. Forgot about it. I had a sinus infection a couple weeks ago, and I had this massive booger. I could not get out. It was bothering me. So I got one of those earwax cleaning cameras. I know you're not supposed to use them anywhere else, but I used it in my nose. And I looked, and there was a little bit of blue on it. And that brought back that memory of that bead from when I was like 3 years old. Well, I finally got it out, but a blue bead that has been in my nose for 20 years just came out of my nose.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Your earwax camera, what is that?
What is that?
I don't know exactly, but she said, I know you're not supposed to put them up your nose, but it worked. An earwax camera. She posted footage.
Never heard of such.
From the earwax camera showing her yanking it out. I was thinking, remember, they used to have earwax candles. Where you would,
yeah, that's bad news.
You're not supposed to do that. You'd light them on the end, and it would suck the wax out of your ears.
It's called candling.
Yes, and you're not supposed to do it.
The cameras, I've seen doctors use them. Ear, nose, and throat doctors put them in ears, but I didn't know you could. They were for public use or retail.
Quick Google search.
Yep.
It looks like it's something you will now use on your phone, so you can see as you're cleaning your ear.
Oh, I see
what it's doing.
So it hooks up to your phone.
Yeah, you download an app. Or it looks like maybe this just plugs in.
Yeah.
But it's like uses your camera. It's extended, basically.
Wow.
That's so
because it's showing pictures of people holding their cell phone up while they're digging in their
looking
ear.
in their ear.
Yeah.
So it's not like a Q-tip with a camera on it that you attach to your phone.
Yes, I guess it is actually.
Yeah.
Price?
Okay. Man.
$100? Well, it depends. It has here's one on Amazon for $27. Earwax removal camera.
Well, you're not supposed to shove it up your nose. She did, and that's how she removed.
Not supposed to shove anything in your ear. I mean, you go too
I
far.
know.
Fact. That's even more dangerous.
It's more dangerous. You pop a drum.
That's true. And yesterday, I'll tell you, we were corrected on something. I said that people, and I mentioned that if you were a parent within the sound of my voice, this could save a life. That people
may have cost lives.
I may have. People were shoving garlic up their nose to try and clean out their sinuses. But later I got emails saying, no, they're shoving it in their ears. But why? Why would they shove garlic?
Apparently it's an ancient remedy. Ancient folk remedy.
Infections?
But I've seen pictures of both. I saw a girl from the TikTok article shoving them up her nose. And then when people corrected me, I saw them shoving them in their ears as well.
I don't know.
I'd say, they say not to put anything smaller than your thumb in your ear. But
yeah, no, that's right. Your
everybody
elbow.
But everybody does that. I mean, Q-tips, of course.
Been going in ears for decades.
Exactly.
I still do it.
Me too.
You're not
I
going to stop
do
me,
too.
Johnson & Johnson.
Well, they say it shoves more stuff in there, more wax.
A couple of middle school students are being called heroes today. They go to East Paulding Middle School. This is in Georgia. Connor Doss and Kane Darty. Their bus driver was needing help having a medical emergency. This was 2 weeks ago. The driver was able to navigate to the side of the road, but the boys realized something was wrong and jumped in, called 911, and helped her through it. This is the kids describing what happened.
And I come up, and I see sixth graders yelling and come in the aisle, and then I look down, and Miss Julie's face is just like bright red and shaking.
So I picked up the microphone. I said, somebody help, our bus driver feels really dizzy. And then somebody called her phone. It was right here. We know she's got diabetes, so we thought maybe it was an attack. We got her to drink Coke, eat cookies and all that.
Apparently it was a diabetic
They knew the bus driver had the beatus.
Yep, they knew it, and they were able to call 911, get her help. She navigated to the side of the road. The ambulance came. She went to the hospital. She has not returned to work yet, but she's out of the hospital and recovered.
Well done, Connor and Kane.
How about that?
Good luck with your law firm.
Now the kids are in trouble for having cookies and Coke on the bus.
Well, there's that. I don't know if you're supposed to. That's what they did, though.
I mean, I would think that's...
Blake, you're talking about garlic in the nose. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, I had a stuffed up nose, and I seen that thing on TikTok like a week before I got it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can blow your nose and blow your nose. It doesn't come out. and I put that garlic in my nose, wait about 5 minutes, pulled it out, and it just comes out like a waterfall of mucus.
Really? So it worked for you. You did shove garlic cloves up your nose and would recommend it.
Yeah, it works really well. I don't know about the ear thing you were talking about, but, I mean, obviously you don't want to stick it so far in there it can get stuck, but you just kind of put it in the edge where it'll stay.
Well,
So you just let the essence of the garlic do its work?
I ain't got no idea how the science works on it.
but it worked for you.
Yes.
Well, all right. Thanks, Blake.
Yeah.
He
Appreciate
got
it.
no idea about no science.
But it worked for.
But he can breathe.
Because doctors were saying it can cause you to get. It would be worse. You know, cause stuff up your nose. But
No doctor's going to ever tell you to do that.
yeah.
I want to hear it from an ENT doctor, see what they say about that.
No, it's weird, but it did work for him. You know,
That's what I mean.
when I just heard that, it's like, yeah, what would a doctor say to
You
him?
feel
about
better now? I mean, clearly it
Yeah.
worked.
Does it just sort of irritate your sinuses so
That's
that
what
they just
they were saying,
dump
yeah.
out?
it? Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe
yeah.
it thins the mucus enough that I don't know.
It comes on out of there. Another good story here. Guy named Tyler Stinson has a dog. This is a, let me see the mix here. I believe it was a pit bull mixed with something else. And it fell. They go hiking together at Red River Gorge in Kentucky. The dog, a pit bull boxer mix, fell 170 feet and lived. And he could not believe it. He said, he's my best friend. We go hiking all the time. And the dog fell 160 feet, lost his balance. He was going after a lizard that had ran across their path. Lost his balance, flipped backward, tumbled twice, and he rolled off the edge of the Red River Gorge. But they got him, rescued him, and the dog is going to be okay. Stunning.
Amazing.
170 feet. This is Tyler Stinson telling the story.
He has been my best friend, my hiking buddy. I take him everywhere. And he missed the lizard, kind of like flipped himself backwards, tumbled twice, and then I saw him roll off the edge.
In my mind and the team's mind, we were actually going in to assist him in just recovering, his canine.
My adrenaline was just running through my body, and the only thing I could think about is, like, holy crap, he's alive. That dog's my everything.
The gentleman in the middle was an official who arrested him.
Classic Kentucky sandwich.
He's my best friend. He fell off the hill.
At this point in time, we were excavating the dead canine. It expired.
I was so happy. I was wagging my tail, too.
It's very accurate.
That's a Kentucky sandwich. I love that. You just call it a Kentucky sandwich. The filling was the official. Dead canine.
Got everything you want. Teach that in your class at college, Kelly.
That's right. That's how
He still had the wizard in his mouth.
felt so good for him. That was so good of that guy to get his dog back.
That's a great ending.
170 feet that dog fell and survived it. Of course you'd expect dead canine. What is that, like a 17-story drop?
Yeah.
15 to 17 story?
There's no way that's a straight drop. It had to have just tumbled.
He
I
rolled
would
some.
think that impossible.
Yeah.
And they said the dog is recovering.
Biggie, would you call your dog your best friend?
I sure would call my dog my best friend.
She's seen the most.
She talks just like me.
I rolled over my best friend. We expected to see a dead canine.
Now, if you asked my dog if I was her best friend,
Say no.
No.
No, she's going to say no to that. A flight from bad story. A flight from New York City to Southern California had to make an emergency landing after a passenger attacked a flight attendant on Wednesday evening. Apparently, they were leaving from Kennedy Airport and they had to divert to John Wayne Airport in Santa Ana. Excuse me, they were flying there and they diverted in Denver. Plane landed safely. And once again, this was over masks, and she got very upset on the plane when she was asked to put her mask on.
I think if there is any good news that I saw, maybe you saw this week too, that the FAA says that the incidents are dropping.
I did see that.
In-flight incidents.
I did see that. Maybe as the COVID numbers get better, we're getting a little more used to this. They are coming down now. People are starting to level off.
Act like humans on planes.
Act like they got some sense. This woman did not, and she was taken into custody in Denver. Wouldn't that annoy you? You have to stop halfway on your trip.
Oh, so pissed off.
That'd be horrible. They're late. Then they have to get everybody leaves the plane. They reboard the plane. They take off again. Horrible. Great white sharks. Bad story here. Are attacking humans more in the last 5 years than they had in the previous 5 years. And researchers have found that juvenile great white sharks are responsible for most of the attacks on humans. They think it's because they have bad eyesight. They struggle to know what's in front of them. They just see splashing, so they attack it. They don't want a human. Biggie has pointed out
So they take a bite, see if they like it.
That's exactly right. And apparently the younger great white shark does not have good eyesight. The eyesight gets better as they get older, as they mature.
Opposite of humans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sharks are either completely colorblind or have limited color perception, causing them to rely only on motion and brightness while searching for prey. So if you're out in the bright sunshine and you're swimming, and I guess that's why they say not to wear jewelry in the water. That's bright light.
They say that you're not supposed to wear swimsuits with like flashy or bold patterns.
Yeah.
But that's almost what everybody wears.
Of course. But isn't that was interesting to me was that the eyesight of the shark has something to do with that. That's
And they pick up on the motion and the splashing.
Yeah, that's what
movement.
That's what they always talk
That's a
about.
seal or walrus or whatever it is they eat.
Yeah. I guess that could be called good news because they've sort of figured that out now. But nothing they can do about it.
They're not going. They're still going to be in the water.
Yeah. Nothing you can really do about it.
Keep the kids out.
Maggots in cage. Cage goes in the water.
We know what happens there.
Farewell and adieu.
Ugly story. A Royal Oak, New Jersey man, Michigan man, has been charged with indecent exposure following an incident at a car dealership in Michigan. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office says that Raul Mitra was arrested outside a Volkswagen dealership. He was spotted inside a car wearing bondage gear, a silk mask, and women's lingerie with no pants, pleasuring himself inside a vehicle.
I'm just going for a test drive. This is what I drive. So
he went all out.
He was lying on the front seat of the car when officers arrived. Front door open.
Oh, that new car smell.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, we all want to do it when you get in a new car.
Genitals were exposed, and he was wearing that silk lingerie.
Leather seats?
Leather seats.
Oh, not the leather.
All leather seats. And the dealership is saying, well, this is ruined. We have to now.
yeah,
They used to call that Farfignugan.
I mean, what do you...
please, they'll wash that and put it right back out there.
But I want that price lowered.
I want a deal. You'll never know.
I want a deal on that.
You got to put it on the used lot.
If you found out, they should have to report the VIN number of that vehicle so you know what it is. Would you? I would.
Does that
buy
go on
it.
the Carfax?
I think it should go on the Carfax. I do.
Well, let me ask this: did he complete anything in the vehicle?
They didn't say. They didn't say.
That would be the difference for me. If he was just in there like that, knock off a couple grand, I'll buy it.
Yeah, me too.
But if he had completed all over the dash,
I'll buy it.
Knock off a couple grand.
Yeah,
a couple more grand. Gotta be knocked.
They make Clorox wipes.
I mean, really. I mean, you guys take care of that, and fumigate the thing, and you're okay. It's like living in a haunted house. Would you do it or would you not? You know, to save the money. I saw that question again today. Most people said yes for their dream home. They would live in it even if it was haunted. You're shaking your head. You believe in ghosts. You believe in those things.
No, it wouldn't happen.
You wouldn't do it. It's like my daughter the other night when we had problems with the well. I told you she assumed there was a dead body inside. Said the water pressure's low. Must be a dead body.
The little girl who used to live here.
I think she was about 13.
You know, anytime.
On a night like this.
I'll tell you. Now, anytime there is a bondage story, I flash back to the pastor who was caught in handcuffs.
We used to remember this priest's name. It was Father something, but I don't remember his name.
I don't know. It's been so long. But he was at his church alone.
In the rectory.
And was in bondage.
Farfignugan.
A lot like this guy, yeah. In bondage and had a ball gag in his mouth.
Did somebody leave there? Was he with
That
someone
was our
earlier?
speculation.
We never know.
We didn't know.
We've always speculated that somebody got dressed as he was making this 911 call. There was somebody getting dressed.
Yes,
and leaving.
Scurrying
Well, we think
out.
they just handcuffed the priest, ball gagged him, and then left.
Maybe took the collection
Took
plate.
some cash
Maybe.
or some sacramental wine.
The gentleman no longer has his job as pastor, as the priest of this church. Anyway, he called 911.
I'm stuck in a pair of handcuffs. I'm going to need help getting out before this becomes a medical emergency. What's the problem? I am stuck in a pair of handcuffs.
You're stuck in a pair of handcuffs?
Yes, playing with them. So I need some help getting out.
Where at in the building are you?
I'm in the front room. Come to the front door.
Are you an employee there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, are you the only one there?
Yes, I am.
All right, we'll get somebody over there, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Uh-huh.
That's the part I never bought.
That he was the
Are you the only one there? Yes, I am. I just pictured somebody putting on pants, man or woman. Yeah.
Get out.
And the demeaning part is he has to repeat himself.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. I can't understand
Say
it.
it twice.
You're in a pair of handcuffs?
You're what?
Where?
And what are you wearing? Oh, black shirt, black pants, little white collar.
Niffle clanks.
Do you think the cop is like, let me call a perv over. Maybe he can understand it and speak your language better. Oh, he's in a pair of handcuffs. Okay, yeah, he's in the church record.
He's got a ball gag.
Judy, you're kinky. Come over and translate this.
I don't speak ball gag.
Yeah, Judy comes over. He's in the church rectory. He's in the ball gang. Yeah, nobody's there.
Go to the front.
Yeah, I got it. That's it. Oh, my. One more ugly story today. It comes to us from a mom in Texas. Her son kept complaining that when she dropped him off at school, this is a 12-year-old going to middle school, 6th grade. At school drop-off, she would always lean in and give him a kiss on the cheek. So he complained and said, please stop doing it. You're embarrassing me. Exactly. So she decided that she would get him back for constantly complaining about this because she loves him so much. And when she dropped him off, his name is Ashton, she whipped out a megaphone from the back seat and started embarrassing him like you would not believe, and caught it on videotape.
I love you.
No!
I hope you have a great day.
We're at the front of the school.
Ashton, don't forget how much I love you. I've loved you since the day I pushed you out of my hoo-ha. Make good choices. Love you, baby.
The absolute worst. How could you do that to your son?
That's prolonged. That's not necessary.
At age 12.
And she said hoo-ha.
The hoo-ha thing.
Pushed you out.
When your mom says hoo-ha.
It's fun to embarrass your kids, though, when they're that age. 7th, 8th grade, give your boy a good big hug and kiss right before he gets out of the car.
That is great.
I love it.
My dad,
I miss it.
when he would take me to school in 7th and 8th grade, if he's noticed my friends were out there as I was getting dropped off, he'd roll down the window and, bye, Joshy. I love you so much, my son. Make me proud.
Can you drop me off at the curb?
Is that your dad?
No, I'm going to drop you off right in front.
Yeah.
One time, her saying hoo-ha reminds me, this is graphic. We were over at the Atlantis Pancake House down in
I know where you go.
You know Atlantis.
Hell yeah.
We're in North Myrtle. And
They got the turtles by the checkout.
Yes.
What age are you, Kelly?
Oh, it was 17 years ago. I know that for a fact because we were with my wife's cousin, and she'd had a baby who's now 17, and he was premature, so he was really tiny. So we were just really going out with him. He's probably 3 months old now.
One of his first adventures.
Yes,
yeah.
he's probably 10 pounds now at age 3 or 4 months. You know, he was really small when he was born. So the waitress says, oh, my gosh, blah, blah, blah. What? He's so tiny. And the mom said, yeah, he only weighs 9 pounds. And she goes, oh, man, I had one that size come out my cooter. And I had a fork full of pancakes.
I'll have the stuffed French toast.
Top off your coffee, miss?
She literally said that. She said, I had one that size come out my cooter.
Is that a breakfast special?
Here's your ketchup, sir.
Sorry, we're out of boysenberry.
You go to the front door, you walk, and you keep going to the ocean. Just keep walking.
Until you can't no more?
Straight into the Atlantic. Straight till you get to Portugal.
But he's back there cooking now.